Welcome to Chicago, and for the first time since Wednesday, February 10th, we can utter these words. It's game day for the Toronto Raptors. Paul Jones and Sherman Hamilton inside the United Center. Sherm, All-Star break, trade deadline, all behind the Raptors now. This is the group that they have moving forward. They were 13-16 last year after the break, looking to improve on that and hopefully head into the playoffs on a much better note.
Yeah, well, guys are relieved. I mean, the franchise has said, and Masai Ujiri and his staff has said, hey, we believe in you guys. Yep. You're going to be the guys who are going to carry us to wherever we get to throughout the rest of the season and the playoffs. So that's a vote of confidence, and that should add some responsibility to these guys to say, okay, they put trust in us. We've got to go out there and do our job. And I do think, you know, last season, the way that they limped outside of the All-Star game into the playoffs is something that I think they're all very aware of. They've heard about it. They're trying not to duplicate that performance. So it starts tonight against Chicago in the game, and it's going to have to continue to build. They've got to get better as this season continues to end.
Sure, and let's address this. A lot of people said they were surprised, some of the big names in the U.S. media, that Toronto didn't do anything. My thing is, why can't you get it right the first time? You did all that stuff in the summer. Biombo, Joseph, Scola, making those replacements, building your team. Why not give it a chance to get better right now, as you were saying?
Well, you're right, and the saying out there is, hey, there's more than one way to cook chicken, and I think that Masai Ujiri made it clear. He wants to make his moves in the offseason. That's where he feels that he can make the most moves. We saw what he did last summer to improve this team. Each general manager, each person has a different philosophy on how they build. And for Masai Ujiri, if he didn't see the deal that he wanted to see at trade deadline, he's more than confident that he can make a move in the summertime. And the reality is, hey, you can't skip steps. Yep. You can't just do those quick emotional trades because there's pressure from the outside. You have a building block. You understand the future. You understand how you want to progress, and you stick to that plan.
You keep your money in your pocket till you're really ready to spend it. Sherm, let's look at these Bulls. Boy, they are in a world of hurt. They've lost 14 of their last 19. After they beat Toronto in early January, they went on to win a couple more games, 10 games over 500, sitting in the two-hole, and now, as I said, having lost 14 of the last 19, banged up with injuries. They've beaten the Raptors. They've had their number. Maybe this is a chance for Toronto to get something done tonight.
Yeah, and this also says something about the Raptors and their ability to play and withstand the injuries that they've sustained in terms of being able to keep things afloat and continue to win without key pieces. Having said that, Chicago struggled, and the last time the Raptors faced the Chicago Bulls team, a guy named Jimmy Butler went crazy on them in the second half, and I think the fact that he's not in the lineup, that can give you the idea that you can let your guard down, but the reality is Chicago's still a difficult team to deal with, and they've got to have their antennas on high alert. And we talked about how they want to finish the rest of the season. Well, a night like tonight with no Jimmy Butler, you've got to understand that you have to play at a certain level regardless of who's on the floor for the opposing team and get the job done.
As you've always said, Sherm, it's more about them than it is the other team. And you can see how they, the Toronto Raptors, do tonight. 8 o'clock on TSN, and you can hear it same time, 8 o'clock on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.